Okay, assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone. Okay, in this video we continue from the previous part on the navigation part, designing the navigation application, sidebar, drawer, bottom, and so on based on the orthographic. We have structures. Then in this video we continue on the screen feedback, the second subtopic. So there are several modes where the mobile application can provide screen feedback to its users. Screen feedbacks mean if you already log in, then it will appear log in successfully. Okay, that is the feedback. Okay. So several common screen feedback modes. We can have the dialog, and then alerts. Okay, for example, alerts. You are entering UITM campus. For example, it give alerts or notification for you. And then progress feedback means when you upload something, it give a progress feedback or snack bar and the tools. So these are several common screen feedback that we can provide to our user when they deal or they are using our mobile application. Okay, let's look for the dialog part first. So dialog inform users about the critical information, require user to make decision or encapsulate multiple tasks within a discrete process. Okay. And then a dialog should be used sparingly because they are interruptive in nature. And their sudden appearance force users to stop their current task and refocus on the dialog content. You pop up some as a dialog part. So not every choice, direction, and information warrants interruption and prominences. It depends. Okay. So this is example of the dialog. You want to proceed delete or not? Okay, for example, are you sure with your decision? Something like that. To alert. Give alert to the user. The dialog content can vary widely, but typically consists of a text a control element focus on a specific task or process. So example use of the dialog is confirming item deletion or choosing a setting. Okay, for example, discard draft. You sure you want to discard draft? Tell the user. Then the user make the decision. It provide the option for your user. So it means that when we use the dialog, it will interrupt the current process. Okay, let's say your user trying playing games, but somehow you put a dialog, so then it being interrupted from the playing game. Okay, usually what we have in the screen feedback dialog, I mean we have the title, we have the content, we have the action. You agree or you not agree? Yeah, example, you want to delete or you want to cancel. You want to proceed or you want to cancel. So this is an example dialog box with a title, content, and action. So the title user use Google location services. So this part is always when you want to turn on certain Google location, okay, in your mobile phone. So let Google Help application determine the location. So this means sending anonymous location data to the Google even when no application are running. So it gives the content and explanation regarding what you will face, what the user will face later on. So and then it give and provide option to the users. So user need to take action. Either they agree with that or they disagree with that part. Either they want to proceed or they want to cancel the user. Okay. What you should put? Don't. Okay. Don't dismissive action are always placed directly to the left or affirmative action. Okay. This one. To avoid dialog box that open additional dialog from within a dialog. Means when they proceed, they need to open another dialog and content the scrolling contents, particularly alerts. So make it short. so easy to read. Okay, a special type of dialogue is alert dialogue. An alert dialogue informs the user about the situation or action that requires their confirmation or acknowledgement before they can proceed with the action. So alerts are interruptive, urgent, and prevent the users from proceeding until they make a decision. And most alerts don't need title. So usually the decision can be summed up in a sentence or two. In a or two sentence, just enough. An alert should be sparingly and appropriate only in the high risk situation, such as the potential loss of data or action that may incur extra charges. Okay. So this is the do and the don'ts when you want to design the feedback dialogue. Which one is do and which one is don't? Okay, do the affirmative action text discard clearly indicates the outcome of the decision. Discard, drop, cancel, or discard. Delete this conversation, yes or no. So don't, what is don't? The don't here is the dismissive action text no answers the question but does not suggest what will happen afterwards. So a better action would be explicit cancel and delete. So a better action for this one, yes or no, is better if you use the or delete. You want to discard the draft, discard, cancel. You want to delete this conversation, yes or no. So supposedly better if you put delete and cancel. Okay, another part. Screen dialog. This one user Google location service. This one, are you sure? Erase, cancel. You will lose all the photo in media. This one is better compared to this one. Okay. Next, screen feedback on the progress feedback. So progress feedback is a way to inform the user that the application is loading content. As I mentioned before, when you upload or when you download something, it gives the progressive bar. So it provides the visual feedback that the mobile application is still in working order while processing the data. Okay, you can look when you try to install the application, you download the application from Google Play Store or Store, and see the process of downloading. You can see the process of installation. So that is the feedback on the progress. So times we can have the linear and circular. So there are two type of indicator, determinate or indeterminate. So determinate here can be measured. An indicator usually run from 0 to a percentage. Give a percentage. Okay. And then intermediate indeterminate. Okay, cannot be measured. So the indicator usually animates continuous until the processing is done. Just give a little icon that jump around until it's done. Example. Okay. So this is example. Linear determinate. Just give okay done until it's arrived at the last. So means done, complete. So this one indeterminate. Indeterminate. This it will just go through until it's done. Okay, and this one is buffer. Buffer. This one is query indeterminate and determinate. Okay, and then this one is a scalar. We have two type, right? Linear and scalar. So this one is a scalar. So indeterminate, just scroll around until it's done, and determinate. Sometimes you can provide the percentage 0, 20% until it is come to 100%. Okay. Next screen feedback is the snack bar and toast. So snack bars provide the lightweight feedback about an operation. It shows a brief message at the bottom of the screen. Okay, you can look at your screen phone, and then at the bottom it will give the snack bar. Okay, and then snack bar animate upward from the bottom edge of the screen, and they automatically disappear after a timeout or after user interaction. Snack bar do not block input on the screens on which they appear. Okay, example this one. Okay. Android also provide tools. Okay, tools. Just pop up message like this one. So tools is similar to the snack bar, except they are primarily used for system messaging. So unlike the snack bar, tools do not contain action, cannot be swiped off the screen. Okay, this one. Snack bar should generally only contain a single line of text, so do not put the icon inside your snack bar. And the text should be directly related to the operation performed. And they cannot contain icon or action icon like this one, and action are in the form of the text. Just give pop-up message. Okay, so use only one action on the snack bar if you want ask for the action, either put undo or dismiss. Do not put more than one action. Okay, for two or more action, use dialog, not a snack bar. So which one is more suitable? If you have action more than one, then please choose to use the dialog feedback. And then if the action described in the snack bar is important enough to block the user on the screen, it should be a dialog. Okay, if it is very important and it should block the user from using the another part, then you should go for the dialog feedback. Okay, so under the snack bar, this one is snack bar, this one is the tools. So snack bar contain a single line of text directly related to the operation performed, and they may contain a text action but no icon, without any icon. It can perform an action but only one, give only one. Perform retry or cancel or dismiss, only one. And it can be dismissed by swipe. Swipe, it can dismiss. Okay, for the tools, okay, this one only for the Android phone, are primarily used for the system messaging. They also display at the bottom of the screen, but may not be quite off from the screen. For example, no network connection, login successfully, fail, or login, okay, something like that. So it can perform an action based on user input. It just tell you, and it can be dismissed by swiping. Okay, next is tooltips. So tooltips are labels that appear on hover. On hover means when you bring your mouse or your hand on that icon, focus on, it appear a label. Okay, a label like this is the menu when you bring over your finger. So they contain textual identification for the element in question, and they may also contain brief helper text regarding the function of the element, and the label itself cannot receive input focus. So on leave display the tooltip for 1.5 seconds. Yeah, example here, tooltips. So this one is normal. Example of touch UI tooltips in a normal state. Okay, press and hold. This one, example of touch UI tooltip in a press and hold state. So if you press and hold, it will give a tooltips refresh. Okay, this one normal, over, then bring up print, focus, and then it tooltips if provide level. So this one is what is you supposed to do, and this one please do not put something like this with the capital letters. Okay, use tooltips for interactive imaginary. Okay, tooltips don't display rich information including images and formatted text. Okay, this one avoid this one, avoid this one, avoid this one, but this one is okay. Okay, you bring the mouse over and then it give some information or label it, so you know that this this symbol is for add. Okay, this symbol to bold the text, something like that. So the next, you can browse to this link in order to uh, explore more regarding the mobile interaction design part. So that's for the screen. So later on we will discuss about the gesture. So that's all for this video. Thank you and assalamualaikum.